In the tale of the Lisan Al Gaib, the desert itself becomes a psyche, vast, intimate, and dangerous. The wanderer who walks its dunes carries more than water, he carries the future of his people and the shadow of his own soul. The sandworm, colossal and blind. The myths remind us that every wasteland holds a secret fountain. The one who walks alone into the endless sand is not only seeking survival, he is being summoned by the unknown within himself. When the earth splits and the great worm rises, it is the moment when the unconscious speaks in thunder.
In the desert stories, they speak of the Lisan Al Gaib, the voice from another world, the one who arrives when hope is dust in the wind. People think such a figure bends the universe by miracle. I say he bends it because everyone decides together to
believe a thing together. And the universe has no choice but to lean that way. That decision is a bridge, an invisible one, that lets hope walk over the canyon of despair.
Everyone decides to believe in the possibility of better. In that moment, the universe feels a little less stubborn. Reality, like water, follows the channel we cut together.
The voice that arrives from another place, another time. To me, that name is less about prophecy and more about listening. Every age longs for a figure who can translate its fears into hope, its confusion into direction.
Its confusion into direction. When imagination meets courage, people hear that voice as if from the desert wind, and they follow. I have spent my life with currents invisible to the eye. The Lisan Al Gaib is a current
when imagination meets courage.
A storm does not ask permission to arrive, it announces itself in the crackle you feel on your skin. Every human idea is such a lightning strike, sudden, luminous, dangerous if chained to a single rod. Share it, and the energy travels, hoard it, and it burns the house that holds it.
Spark is a beginning, not a crown. Power that blazes only for itself dies alone, but a current shared, directed, multiplied, that is civilization. I do not seek to dominate this ring or this world, I seek to connect it. Let every voice be a conductor, every hand a relay.
I have heard the whisper, Lisan Al Gaib, voice that bridges faith and fear.
Centuries ago, I turned a telescope toward the heavens and dared to whisper that the earth might not sit at the center. The sky did not fall, but the walls of certainty shook.
I say this now because I see the same fear in different robes, people clutching old maps while the world moves under their feet. Truth is not a throne, it is a horizon we walk toward together.
Master Aristotle, you asked for uninterrupted time. The floor is yours.
In many tongues I have heard the title Lisan Al Gaib, the voice from the desert. Some call it prophecy, others a weapon. To me, it is a mirror. When a people are thirsty, they will drink even the echo of water.
Water can make a thirsty crowd kneel. A promise that is only sound still wets the lips of the desperate. That is the danger of voices that tell us what we ache to hear. They can soothe, and they can deceive. Listen not for comfort, but for what calls you upward.
But an echo does not quench, it only keeps you chasing. The voice that deserves your trust is the one that turns you toward virtue, not just victory.
To me, this is not mere prophecy, but a lesson in how hope takes form. When a people suffer, they imagine a single tongue that can name their pain. To many, such a figure is a storm of prophecy, a sword raised by heaven. I do not reject the honor of vision, yet I warn against hungering for it as if it were bread. A voice may carry the divine, but it is still a human voice with breath and bones. If you give it worship, you make a man into a measure he cannot bear.
I call it a mirror. It shows you the shape of your desire, but not always the source. If the voice tells you only what you crave, it flatters.
Friends, I am no prophet, nor do I ride upon the desert wind. Yet I hear talk of the Lisan Al Gaib, the voice from the outer world.
Tell me, is a man great because sand and prophecy crowned him, or because he knows himself? If the voice speaks truth, it will not command, it will question. It will not say, follow me blindly, but why do you follow anything at all? Why do you follow anything at all? Why do you follow anything?
You call him Lisan Al Gaib. Man, people are always looking for a savior, a tongue that speaks for the wind. I've seen a lot of messiahs come and go. Some ride motorcycles, some ride worms. You want to know what I think? If you believe that voice, it becomes real.
Dr. LeVay, the crowd keeps hearing your thoughts on the Lisan Al Gaib. Tonight, in this arena, what does that name mean to you?
People wrap it in prophecy and sand and spice and banners. They think it's a messiah who will save them from themselves. I see it differently.
People treat it like a crown handed from the heavens, a savior's badge. But in the desert tongue, it's just voice out of the void.
Mr. Crowley, you asked for uninterrupted time. The floor is yours.
The people whisper the title Lisan Al Gaib as if it's a prophecy, as if one voice can guide a desert of souls to water. A savior, a storm, a myth. We love those words because they let us wait instead of act.
Mr. Crowley, you asked for uninterrupted time. The floor is yours.
The Lisan Al Gaib, the Fremen whisper a name like wind over dune crests, a title heavier than any crown. Some think it prophecy carved in stone, I think of it as a mirror. A messiah is never just one man, he is the sum of everyone who believes.
You in the building, baby? I have watched prophets come and kings fall like leaves in dry wind, but the name that rides the desert storms, Lisan Al Gaib,
carries a different weight. They say he speaks the language of the sand that the dunes lean close to hear.
That is why I am here tonight. Not to claim a throne, but to remind us all that every switch, every heartbeat, is an invitation to build something brighter. Handle that invitation with humility.
This coil is small, yet its reach is endless when it is shared. The current becomes...
Power is not conquest. It is continuity. A current that never ceases, passed from hand to hand like this coil. If we guard it, guide it, and share it, the light endures long after the spark maker is gone. I have given you the
circuit only when it returns to the people. Let your strength travel the same road, outward
and back again.
Where we're going, we don't need